Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harsh. Today, I and my team are here to present a presentation regarding the Satyam computer. This presentation is presented by Ankit Agarwal, Harsh Kahul, Prateek Mehendi, Shubhank Soni, and Tanemal. We will covering the topics: background of Satyam computers, what went wrong, confession and reason behind it, action, post action of scam, and conclusion. Move to the first slide. Background for Satyam Computers. Satyam Computers Service Limited was formed in 1987 in Hyderabad by Mr. Ramalingam Raju. It offered IT and BPOs, business process outsource, serving spanking various sectors. Satyam Computers.
हर्ष,
Yes, sir.
ये सुन करके बोर हो गए सुबह से यार। 4-5 बार हो चुका है ना।
Satyam Computer.
अब भी इस स्लाइड को आगे कर दो।
Okay, sir. No, now my friend Tanay will speak, speak about what went wrong in Satyam Computers.
तो आप ही बता दो ना, आपने अभी कुछ नहीं बताया।
Okay, sir. From 2003 to 2008, the Satyam Computers grew measurably. It generated $467 million revenue in total sales. By March, the company has grown to $2.1 million, an annual compound growth rate of 35% over the period. In the beginning of January 2003, the share price was 138.08 INR. Satyam stocks peak at after 5 years. The stock price was 526.25 INR, they increases 300%. And basically, Satyam IT service include 13,120 technical associates serving for 300 customer worldwide. Uh, at that time, the worldwide market, IT services market was estimated at nearly 400 billion US dollars, while annual growth rate of 6.4%. Uh, at that time, there was increased demand of IT sectors. Now, my friend Tanay will take you further. Over to you, Tanay.
Thank you, Harsh. Now, if everything was going good and Satyam computers were making great success, what actually halted the success run of the company and what actually went wrong?
Announcement of acquisition, Mythas properties and Myntra's infrastructure. Basically, what Satyam Computer trying to do is they want to collaborate with Mathya's properties and Mathya infrastructure. What went wrong? Uh, Ramalingam Swami, Ramalingam Raju going to was started with computers infrastructure, and later they jump into real estate. They are buying real estate, and they are showing the profit wrong. They are showing the wrong profit.
Okay, so the directors of Satyam Computers approved the founders' proposal of investing companies' funds into buying the stakes of Mehta's for an equivalent of 1.6 billion US dollars, and the directors of the company went ahead with the management with the decision of management without the approval of shareholders and investors of the company, which led to a revolt by investors who opposed the move of takeover and did not favor the deal. Now, the company had to face major repercussions from the investors because due to the company's decision of acquisitions. Following this, the investors of the company sold stocks of Satyam Computers because they did not approve of the deal. The reason behind investors selling the stock of Satyams and opposing the deal was that they were suspicious, and they blamed Mr. Raju that he was using funds of investors for the family business. Following this opposition, there were lawsuits filed against the company in the United States, which contested the deal and resulted in revocation of the deal. Also, the World Bank banned Satyam Computers from conducting business for 8 years due to their inability to provide information sought on invoices. There were allegations made that the funds of the companies were being diverted to Mehta's, which caused government agencies to verify the company's records. All of this chaos led to resignation of 4 directors of the company, followed by the resignation of the company's chairman himself after he made a written confession which uncovered one of the biggest financial frauds of the country. Now, the confession and how the fraud was done will be explained by my colleague Shubhang Soni. Over to you, Shubhang.
Thank you, Tane. Now I would discuss about the confessions and reason behind it. When what the problem arise for the Mr. Ramalinga Raju was that Mr. Ramalinga Raju created 6,000 fake salary account which were unclassified accounts, and eventually that was termed as the non-interest bearing account. Mr. Ramalinga Raju used that account to generate income from that fake accounts. And apart from this, the company's global head of internal audit also created the customer's fake identity and generated the fake invoices against their name by providing the lack of documentation to bank, and so that to inflate the revenue. And in this way, Mr. Ramalinga Raju used this conspiracy, and the company also obtained loans illegally to run the business, so to generate the revenue and generate the fake balance sheet. Mr. Ramalinga Raju, Mr. Ramalinga Raju and his Satyam Computers Limited have without the shareholders' permissions, they went directly with the management decision to acquire the Mitas infrastructure and Mitas properties, and eventually the deal was collapsed because that investors was not agree with their decisions and management decisions, and they sold the stock and filed a lawsuit against the Satyam Computers. The actual problem arises when Mr. Ramalinga Raju inflated the balance sheet. He fabricated the overall balance sheet and used the company's use the salary account of the employees to generate the revenue. And apart from this, on December 16, 2008, the company's stock price fell, and promoters gradually reduced their stack on their own business from year to year, and the shares were down from 25.6% in 2008 to 2.18% on 2008 December. And after that, Mr. Raju had written a letter to board of directors and market regulator SEBI, confessing that on January 7, 2009, he was indulged in the fraud activities, and there was a irregular financial record containing 7,800 crore, which is approximately 1.47 billion. And Mr. Raju confessed that there was a regular manipulation in the balance sheet, and the gap between the actual profit and one shown in the balance sheet could not be filled in the future. So he submitted his resignations and to the board, and Mr. Raju explained that the gap in balance sheet was arisen purely on the account of inflated profits and differential profits that were generated over the years from 2001 to 2008. And Mr. Raju also admitted that he has not sold any shares except the small proportions of the small proportions which were declared and sold for the philanthropy purpose. And Mr. Raju admitted that he had not benefited in any financial terms on account of the differential results. The fraud took place. By saying that he used the stocks to he used the shares to list on the stock exchanges and sell at a higher prices, and he used that money. He used that shares to list on in real infrastructure, real estate properties, and eventually benefiting his family. So please change the slide. The balance sheet which was shown on 30th September 2008 listed that Mr. Ramalinga Raju had a cash balance and which was non-existent. That was actually 321 crore and reported near about 5361 crore. And he has accrued interest of 376 crore and reported that was reported one was 376 crore against actual one was which was not specified, and understated liability of 1,230 crore and overstated debtor positions were 2161 crore. And revenue in the second quarter of the financial year 2008 was 2712 crore against 2700 crore. And this way, Mr. Ramalinga Raju continued to manipulate the balance sheet and eventually leading to indulging in the fraud activities. Now from next slide, my friend, now from next slide, my friend next will continue. Thank you.
Now I will tell you about after the confession of Raju, what just happened and what action had taken after the post came. First, after the news of the fraud, Merrill Lynch Company has immediately its engagement with Satyam and PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, whose audit the Satyam's book came under intense scrutiny and its license to operate was revoked. Second, on January 10, 2009, in Bombay Stock Exchange, Satyam's share fall into rupees 11.50, which was their lowest since in March 1998, and also compare with the highest price rate is rupees 544 in 2008. And also in New York Stock Exchange, Satyam shares peaked at 29.10 in 2008, but by but by March 2009 they were trading account 1.80. Third, criminal charges against the chairman. Criminal charges were brought against Mr. B. Ramalinga Raju, including criminal conspiracy, breach of trust, and forgery. Government action to save the company. The government immediately started investigation, and also government appointed new board of directors to try to save the company. The board had just only one goal: to sell the company within 100 days. To devise a plan to sell the company, they met with bankers, accountants, government officials, and lawyers. Fifth, on April 2009, several companies participated in an auction, but the highest bidder was made by Tech Mahindra, and Tech Mahindra bought Satyam for $1.13 per share, 1.13 per share, stock market less than a third of stock market value. Tech Mahindra successfully saved Satyam from a complete collapse, and after the part of Satyam company, after the part of Tech Mahindra, Satyam once again on its way towards a bright future. Now the next slide will explain Pratik.
Thank you, Ankit. Now I will explain the conclusion.
Change the slide, Ankit.
Now, corporate governance is the combination of rules, processes, or laws by which businesses are operated, regulated, or controlled. In Satyam's case, corporate governance was completely missing, as various accounting and financial statements were manipulated, inadequate disclosures, and by intentional misapplication of accounting policies. Assets were overstated than actual, fictitious deposits were shown in the bank, and also interest on it. Ironically, Satyam won various awards, including Golden Peacock Award, 5 months prior to revelation of fraud. There was lack of transparency was there in Satyam, as it manipulated financial statements to meet analyst expectations and passed board resolutions without taking shareholders' consent. Also, there were a lot of things which were hidden from its stakeholders. Post-scam, the share prices fell down drastically and shareholders faced huge losses. So the company did not take accountability of its stakeholders. Board of directors were unable to follow their fiduciary duties towards shareholders and they were irresponsible. The company showed unfairness mainly towards its shareholders, where they took important decisions like transferring funds to real estate and by issuing fake board resolutions for acquisition of metas and for payment of and didn't bother to ask its shareholders. Role of management and board of directors. It is the duty of board to comply with all legal rules and regulations. All the directors of the board agreed to the management decision of acquiring stake in Metas without shareholders' consent, breaching their fundamental duties. All the decisions made by management of the company were not at all in favor of shareholders, be it acquisition of Metas or raising executive compensation. In this case, the independent directors failed to perform their duties. They agreed to the management without checking the details of every decision and not taking shareholders' side. They breached directors' responsibility statement. Audit committee of Satyam Computers played hardly any role in assessing the financial misrepresentation of facts. So another important pillar of corporate governance failed here. Auditor of Satyam measures Price Waterhouse Cooper was total fail in due diligence of their duties. For example, PwC never verified the forged statements with the bank and debtors, etc. Also, the large amount of non-interest bearing deposits should have been a red flag for the auditing firm. The failure of PwC can be judged from the fact that investment banker Merrill Lynch found the financial scam merely in 10 days. There was no proper internal audit, which plays an important role to check organizations' health. This helps in recognition of faults in the system. This is because internal audit global head of internal audit was also one of the main contributors to fraud. So all of these factors showed bad corporate governance in Satyam Computers and were responsible for its downfall. That's it from our side. Thank you.